What happens when a black community decides to rewrite the story the world tells about them? When creativity becomes resistance and art becomes a declaration of identity, pride, and power. That's the story of the Harlem Renaissance, a cultural revolution that changed America and echoed across the globe. In the early 1920s, Harlem wasn't just another neighborhood in New York City. It was alive, loud, brilliant. A place where artists, writers, musicians, and thinkers were imagining new futures and redefining what it meant to be black in America. This explosion of creativity, known as the Harlem Renaissance, roughly spanned from 1918 to the mid-1930s, but its roots were planted years earlier, during one of the largest internal migrations in US history. The Great Migration, when around 6 million African Americans fled racial violence and economic oppression in the South for new opportunities in the North. Harlem became a symbolic and literal gathering place, a crucible where black creativity and political thought flourished. Many writers came into prominence during the Renaissance years, writers like Claude McKay, W.E.B. Du Bois, and perhaps the most well-known of the Renaissance writers, James Baldwin, who wrote extensively about race, politics, and sexuality. Langston Hughes became the voice of the people, writing poems that captured both sorrow and joy of everyday black life. Hughes defined the Cultural Revolution, writing that we build our temples for tomorrow, strong as we know how, and we stand on top of the mountain, free within ourselves. In Harlem clubs and speakeasies, a new sound was taking shape: jazz. It was bold, improvisational, subversive, full of energy and freedom. Duke Ellington, Bessie Smith, and Louis Armstrong weren't just performers, they were revolutionaries of rhythm. Another key name in the Harlem Renaissance was Florence Mills. Forgotten by many, perhaps due to her early death at the young age of 31, Mills was an accomplished singer and dancer with impeccable comedic timing. From a young age, Mills demonstrated a flair for performance and came to prominence through vaudeville and burlesque. Mills achieved international fame during the Renaissance and was widely referred to as the Queen of Happiness and the Little Blackbird. The name came from her performance in Blackbirds, where she sang her signature song, I'm a little blackbird looking for a bluebird.
I'm a little blackbird looking for a bluebird.
Mills toured extensively, and her performances were famed for her infectious energy and her powerful stage presence. Despite her young death due to complications from appendicitis, Mills used her platform to speak out about racial prejudice and to promote racial equality. The Harlem Renaissance didn't just change America, its pulse reached across the Atlantic. Its creativity inspired global black consciousness movements, from negritude in France and Senegal to the Caribbean independence wave. American culture itself was reshaped. Fashion, language, music, and dance bore Harlem's imprint, and its legacy still lives on today. From Beyoncé's Black is King to the global rise of Afrofuturism, its rhythm still moves us, a century later. Black storytelling that refuses to be boxed in. The Harlem Renaissance wasn't just a chapter in the textbook. It's alive. It's still speaking.